Good morning, everybody, and happy Valentine's Day to all of you awesome people out there. It is February 14th, 2024, and here is today's plan of attack. If you are unaware exactly what this is basically my plan on how I'm looking to day trade 0 DTE SPX options. And I got some interesting things to actually point out today. So let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, let's look at our economic data. So we have the Bank of England speaking. All right. So nothing really today. I don't expect the oil stuff to move things around, but it might. But I don't see anything in the red that's holding us back. Probably main thing is yesterday's sell-off after the CPI data. But some interesting things played out from there, and I want to talk about it. So there's several things I want to talk about. First thing, let's talk about the dark pool. If you're unaware, I do have a background in dark pool trading and an experience with it. So, but what I do want to point out is a few things. Now, what do you see right here are dark pool levels that have been coming in, and I have heard some people say they're getting bearish. I'm going to say, and that's cool, that's their prerogative. But me personally, I'm not getting bearish at the moment. It's only been one day, and yesterday's dark pool print was up here at 586. So what exactly does that mean? If you haven't heard this before, basically these were hitting the tape yesterday, and you can see how the SPY never even traded there yesterday. Like they were hitting at like 1 p.m. So 1 p.m. price is all the way down here, but this is still hitting the tape. What exactly does that mean? That means they were selling it 24 hours prior, so the day prior to CPI, and they were selling it to you and you didn't know, and they sold 9.3 million shares, which is a lot of money, right? So all that being said, that caused the flush down, but here are some other large dark pool levels. And you see we came right back down to this big area where some dark pool action has occurred, and also there's 14.3. We dipped below and we reclaimed it all. So what exactly does that mean? At the moment, I am not leaning bearish. We just dipped back down to these large dark pool buying areas after a CPI number will come down. However, this can change. So typically, I see about 2 to 4 days of heavy dark pool selling. What I mean by heavy is close to 10 million shares or more. Then, because typically most days they range between 3 to 5 million shares dark pool prints a day. That's a normal day. But when you hit a almost double that, then that's typically when you get some moves, the market moves. And if today we start to get another large number close to 10 million, then I'll start to lean a little bit more bearish because that means there's more immediate buying, or sorry, more immediate selling. But all that being said, we've had one large day that dipped us down to this area where dark pool that appears to be buying. And if the selling starts to come in, then sure, I'll get bearish. But right now, it does look like these dark pool levels are actually holding and they are buying there. But going on from there, I do want to show you also that. So basically, what does this mean? We sold off the dark pool levels, and it looks like we bounced. So net, I'm not looking overly bearish as of yet, simply because of that. And I wanted to point that out. I did see some social media posts were like, oh, heavy dark pool selling, blah, blah, blah. And in my opinion, that is not, and it said largest in a while, when in fact, I don't think 9.3 is a lot in a while, simply because, I mean, we have 14.3 here and 12.3 there, and these are all recent as well. But we'll call that clickbait done by them. But nonetheless, let's continue forth. All right, here is the ES chart. You can see that we dipped down to the daily 21 EMA. And if you're unaware of where I get my edge in this, is where I feel I get my edge in 0DTE trading is forecasting how I expect today's candle to close. And today, I think it makes sense to have an inside day. I don't think we're going to take out the highs. I also don't think we're going to take out the lows. I think maybe at the moment, and this could all change, if heavy selling comes in again today after yesterday's thing, like it continues and that say it's not liked, then sure, my story will change. But at the moment, as we stand about 7:30, an hour before the market opens, I think an inside day makes sense. An inside day meaning we don't take out this high, we don't take out this low, we're kind of in this area. All right, and one other thing I do want to point out is to go over to the 4-hour chart. I did tweet about this and even threw it on my Instagrams as well, but I'll show you all this. But right here, so I did right here, Dragonfly Doji, that ES 4-hour chart. I did this last night. So the 4-hour chart, look, this is the level of support right here. You see this gray zone, that's the level of support, and you can see right here, this all this consolidation here. If you look at a volume profile, then you can assume that there's a big peak there. This is also where all the dark pool buying has occurred on the SPY. But a Dragonfly Doji is, honestly, it's a very rare candlestick formation, and it's really clean. And what I mean by clean, so we have our down move here, right? It's a reversal signal. And if the trigger would be the break of the high, stop at the lows, and then your target is honestly just right there. So that's a 2-to-1 risk reward right there. So I'm actually might put on a swing playing the SPX, looking for the swing to the high if we get up there. But all that being said, that is what printed on the 4-hour um, 4-hour chart, and you see it did trigger approximately midnight triggered, and that's causing the up move. So I am going to look for a swing, at least heading into maybe Monday or so, that encompasses this zone there, simply because we're at the bottom of the zone based off of this candle. Now, if you aren't aware of how to trade Dragonfly Dojis and stuff like that, I did, like I said, go to Twitter, you go to Active Profits, and I did share this last night. But if you go to this one that I posted with it, if you click it, I do have like all these photos I made like 2 years ago, like a Dragonfly Doji, an example of how they work, and also like an overview of them, and so on and so forth. So, anyways, wanted to share that with y'all if y'all care to see that, but that's a pretty cool little candlestick formation. So, all that being said, that all does forecast of a potential inside day on the daily time frame, right? Heavy selling here, as long as it doesn't step in today, like a large more heavy selling comes in today, then I think an inside day makes sense, like I mentioned. So let's go ahead and look at how we can play inside day. So here is the ES, and I'm going to crunch this a little bit. There we go. And then there. All right. So this volume profile here, I'll actually change the color there because that is not helpful. Okay. So this volume profile here, you see we dipped, got close to the daily 21 EMA, also those dark pool levels on the SPY, and we bounced. All right, cool. And now my cloud is now green, indicating the trend has shifted to go higher. And then going from there, we're rallying up into the daily 5 and 8 EMA. So this is kind of the level I would want to see it hold as support, or sorry, not as support. I don't want to see us hold as resistance and then go lower. If I want to look to do the inside day type of trade. So today's going to be a little bit tricky as far as how to trade it. So we have our daily point of control down here, which makes sense as long as we don't take out the lows, right? We can assume an inside day. We have rallied up to the hourly 50 and the daily 8. We're starting to pull back a little bit. So this does minimize the range a little bit, but the best way to do it, I think, is if you could do a skewed iron condor or a skewed iron fly, if you want a much better risk reward or a higher probability, do a skewed iron condor. Because if it is going to be somewhat more sideways today, say the dark pool selling doesn't come in, then I think putting a heavy theta position on makes the most sense. So what exactly is my plan of attack, if you will? So down here is the point of control, and this is the bearish scenario, right? We're rallying up to here to the daily 5 EMA and the 60-minute, the 60-minute 50 EMA. Say this does hold, right? We rally up to here, we're gonna hit here before we bounce up and then break. I would like us to break VWAP, especially this early in the day. It's important to be on the right side of VWAP, so don't like force it. So that's the break there. I'll wait for a quick little rally, and then boom, I'll probably do a bearishly skewed iron condor, or bearishly skewed iron fly. But I would say this is actually going to be bullish. I say it holds and we decide to go up some more. So right here we are hitting it. It's probably going to do the retest of the 30-minute 21 EMA or VWAP, and then wait for it to break this daily 5, which is right at ES 5000. Wait for it to break it and let it pull back for a second and then take it up. Then that's where I would look to do a more of a bullishly skewed iron fly or iron condor. But that's pretty much it. And it depends. If a setup doesn't happen within the first 2 hours of the day, it might be worth like around after the European close, putting on an at the money iron fly and just grabbing a quick $2 and getting out of the way. But you really do just have to see and wait to see how the market wants to digest yesterday's price action. But that's kind of how I'm looking at it. So we came, just for a quick little recap, we came down to yesterday's volume profile. It was spiked below it anyways, and we did rally. We're hitting the daily 5 and 8. There was that 4-hour doji. Oh, sorry, the 4-hour Dragonfly doji, which does set up for a bullish move with a stop at the low. So if you're thinking bullishly to inside, this is kind of like the ideal situation. So this is the pivot point. So basically, if we break below VWAP and the 30-minute 21 EMA, look for a sideways to down play. If we do hit the 30-minute 21 EMA, you probably could hit the 30-minute 21 EMA and say we do start the bounce. You could do a bullishly skewed iron condor at that point too. I mean, that actually might make the most sense simply just because if we do down here and they do start to, you want to buy that dip, you could encompass a bullishly skewed iron condor with their stop at the lows, expecting it to bounce to build here a little bit, then eventually move higher. So that's actually not a bad idea as well. But be patient today. Wait to see how the market digests all the news that came out yesterday. But everyone have a good rush sales day. Be patient, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow as well. Take care, everybody.